Hello, my name is Claudia Mendoza and I'm from Mexico City, where, as we all know, there is a very high level of contamination, and that's why I'm here. Because I want to share with you some trustable information and also give you my opinion about a problem. Well, actually, it's a global problem that, from my perspective, it's terrifying, which is global warming. First, we need to know and to understand that pollution is everyone's issue. Okay? Now, I want you to take a few seconds to ask you a question. Do you think you are doing something in order to contribute to the care of the planet? I will give you some seconds. Ready? Because if I start to imagine your answers, I'm pretty sure most of them will be no or not enough. And why is that? Well, that is because we are wasting a lot of time worrying about insignificant things. For example, when is the new smartphone coming? Do you know? Or, I don't know, maybe, did you notice what was she wearing? Without taking a minute, even a second, to realize what is behind the production of that smartphone or the production of the clothes you are wearing right now. We as humans have been trying to ask ourselves one thing, which is, how can we reduce pollution? Because that is a consequence for human activities, and it began many centuries ago, approximately from the year 1540, around the period of the European colonization. And above all that time, it has been present in recent decades with all the industrial activity. When you start listening to this talk, you may be wondering, what is he talking about? Well, in a bit, I will explain you what am I trying to refer. I'm talking about the fact that for almost 500 years, human race has been wondering what to do with global warming and the deterioration of the ozone layer, which we must know it can't be repaired. As we know, many scientists have done enough tests and investigations to find out that this disturbs us so much, but no answer has been too different from the one to change to reduce pollution. That's why we don't have time to try. At this point, we may do something to stop and control the damage. We must know that we should start with ourselves. Since the planet as we recognize as our home has been destroyed by us, the human race, we also have to know it's not ours. We are not only taking the basic sources in order to survive. Instead of that, we are exploring the planet for our own benefit. We even affect animals' environment and their natural habitats, trying to extract sources for our own benefit. And that's why the General Law of Animals Protection has been created, who is in charge to protect animal lives and also respecting its freedom. By the other side, the General Law of Ecological Balance and Environmental Protection establishes the minimum range of budgets for the preservation and restoration of the ecological balance, as well as the protection of the environment in the national territory in the areas over which the nation exercises its sovereignty and jurisdiction. Just to mention another example of the damage we are causing to our own planet, I will talk about water contamination. I consider that we need to start taking care about this because it is a vital source every species on the earth needs in order to survive. And the main causes of water contamination are the disposal of industrial waste into rivers and lakes and oceans, That's why I consider important to start taking care about it. For example, we should give the importance it deserves and be aware of the measurements in which we all can help ourselves. Now, I wonder what use all the means we have now. For example, now we can search for every topic we want on the internet, and in that way we can have access for all the information we need, and we can search about all the laws I mentioned before for the protection of animals and carry out those laws. We perfectly know what we should do and what we shouldn't do, or what we must reduce. And not even that way we will stop harming our own environment. We all have to start thinking about our future and how do we want the planet to be in some years, because there are no many years left before we can do nothing in order to change the situation. In fact, scientists have created a kind of clock that tells us we only have 7 years left to change our habits and try to fix the situation. And the global warming can stop increasing through the years. Now, with this new information, we can start reflecting about it. Pollution is an issue that affects us all the same way, no matter race or social class, since we all live in the same planet, breathe the same air, and share the same ecosystem, which is being affected by pollution. Therefore, we must all contribute to the care of the environment. If all people start investigating about, I don't know, data, statistics, or simply searching for an image of the planet, I don't know, some years ago, and then compare it with an actual one, then we will notice it is a very huge difference between the health of the planet. Now I want you to invite you to be conscious about this topic and try to imagine what kind of planet do I want to leave my future generations on, because I think that could be a good motivation in order to take care of this situation.